In this video, we will be installing our toolbox ends. After sizing our toolbox ends so they fit comfortably within our toolbox base, we will be spot welding the toolbox ends in place. We're going to use a series of spot welds, 2 along the shorter sides and 3 along the longer side at the base. However, prior to spot welding, we need to double check a couple things. First off, we need to make sure that when the end is installed, the sides of our toolbox are perpendicular to the base. We want a 90-degree angle in each corner. If this is not the case with your toolbox, you will need to adjust either the sides or the ends. Additionally, if your sides are bowing out, do not spot weld it. We need to make sure that the toolbox ends are tight with the sides of the base. Towards the back of my toolbox, the side is not all the way tight up against the end. Prior to spot welding, I need to make sure that this is held in place tight against the end piece, otherwise it will throw my measurement off for the opening of my toolbox. Prior to spot welding, I'm going to install a clamp to help hold my sheet metal in place so it won't move on me. And again, I'm double checking to make sure that the toolbox end is tight up against the side of my toolbox base. Using the spot welder, we want to make sure that the spot welder will not come in contact with the clamp, but it will be positioned correctly to give us a good spot weld. After the first spot weld, we're going to reposition the clamp, but again, if a side needs to be pushed in, make sure that is done. On my second side, I can see that the toolbox end is tight up against the toolbox side. I'm ready to spot weld. So far, I have only done 2 spot welds, 1 on each of the sides, double checking in between spot welds to make sure that everything is lined up correctly. At this point, I should not need the clamp anymore, and I should be able to hold it in place and do the remaining spot welds. My first end is now installed, and I can repeat the same procedure with the other end. After spot welding, our ends are now installed.